If you're like me, every now and then you hit a rough patch where you find it really hard to go to sleep or stay asleep. About 40% of us don't get enough quality sleep at night, and across the ditch there might be a solution to help you secure some shut-eye. It's called Sleep Radio. It's a New Zealand-based station dedicated to dozing. It's attracting listeners from right across the world. Eleanor Whitehead stayed up late to file this report.
John Watson is a DJ with a unique problem.
I vet every single track that we play here, and it's very hard not falling asleep to some of the music while you're trying it out.
He's the rare kind of radio presenter who actually wants his listeners to fall asleep. His internet station plays what's known as ambient music from a tiny corner of New Zealand to insomniacs around the world.
It has to be ambient, it has to be slow, it has to be instrumental, so there needs to be no vocals on there whatsoever, and no recognisable beat.
That means no piano, no lapping waters, and no rainforest sounds. And it's getting the nod from bad sleepers as far away as Czechoslovakia, Alaska and Japan.
We get emails just about every day from people saying, look, this has helped me immensely.
John Watson came up with the idea after suffering from depression and insomnia. Nothing then was helping him drift off.
I've employed a lot of strategies, things like, not drinking coffee before you go to bed, getting plenty of exercise, not looking at blue screens at least an hour or two before you go to bed. So there are a number of things that we tried, but they just didn't work.
His counsellor suggested relaxing music, but none of the stations he found helped.
The problem that I had with them was that they used to feature a lot of advertisements, which woke me up in the middle of the night and gave me a few horrific nightmares.
He decided he could do better, and with a bit of help from YouTube, Sleep Radio was born.
I knew precisely the type of music I was looking for, but finding it was quite a difficulty at the start. But it wasn't long before I started to get contacted by ambient music artists around the world, because it's a very little-known genre.
There's some research to back up his findings. Dr. Moria Younger is a psychologist at the Sleep Health Foundation. She often recommends that patients listen to soothing tunes before bed.
In general terms, we're definitely calmed and lulled by music. It changes our mood, it reduces our arousal, etc.
Her foundation finds that lack of sleep is a growing problem for Australians.
At least 4 in 10 people, so 40%, aren't getting adequate sleep. And we see that as a really huge problem, and we sort of see it as an epidemic.
She says things are getting worse as technology invades our bedrooms.
These sort of unhealthy habits around sleep result in having inadequate sleep, and then from that, we know for sure that people are more susceptible to obesity, more prone to diabetes, more prone to heart problems, more prone to having anxiety and depression triggered.
And that's a burden on society as a whole.
People are often missing work due to this disturbed or inadequate sleep, or often being at work but being really unproductive. At least one person a day in Australia dies on the roads due to inadequate sleep, and even more accidents in the workplace.
She says that true insomniacs need clinical support, but for lesser sufferers, what's known as sleep hygiene can help.
Address all these other factors, like turning off your phones earlier, being a bit healthier in general, having better boundaries between work and home, etc., etc. Mostly, though, there's no one thing that'll work for every person. People need to explore for them what works best.
John Watson is the first to admit that soothing tunes aren't for everyone, especially not his wife.
Ironically, the station doesn't put her to sleep. She prefers talking books, and they get her off to the land of nod quite easily.
And in case that small sample from NZ DJ John Watson has put you to sleep, it's time to wake up. Eleanor Whitehead reporting there.